And yeah, you know, that when you ask them, do they sin? They know they should not be
Right,
sinning,
right,
and they him and her.
right. It's like
Do you
it's
sin?
right,
Well, I didn't
right,
walk up and down the road. Do you sin?
right.
I went on the airplane. Do you sin?
It's hard
Or
for
they
them to
look,
admit it.
they look
Right.
up. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Jackson is a first-time caller from Florida. Jackson, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Jesse. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Jackson. How you doing?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
All is well, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to answer your biblical question.
And so, too much, much study wearies the body. What does that mean?
Well, it's a warning about books that's outside the Bible. You know, that warning was given in the Ecclesiastes 12 and 12, where it's saying that it said be admonished, which is a warning of studying books outside of the Bible. That's what it means.
Did it say outside the Bible?
Yeah, like books that are written like any book other than the Bible.
Does it say any book other than the Bible? Where you get that from?
Well, if you read it carefully in the King James version, it say be careful with reading many books, which is referring to books that's not in the Bible.
How do you know it's referring to books that's not in the Bible?
Because if you read the King James version, it gives you a better explanation.
Oh, so
It's not talking about it.
in the King James version, does it say any other books but the Bible?
Yes, it
says any book but the Bible?
Yeah, it said be careful. It's a warning of reading many books, which is talking about books that are outside of the Bible. It's not talking about the Bible because the Bible is the basic instruction, which is 100% needful for humanity.
But just
So
for my
book,
understanding and for the audience understanding, that verse that you're quoting in the King James version, does it say, be careful with any books except the Bible?
yes,
It says
exactly what
that,
it's saying.
Jackson. It says, be careful with any other book. Read other books make the soul weary except for the Bible.
Yeah, it say be.
It doesn't say that, man. Hey, it doesn't say that.
It does. That's exactly what it's referring to, Jesse.
But how do you know it's referring to that?
Because if you understand that the Bible is the book of life, it's not a book of like something that people should take lightly, because I think you take the Bible very lightly. Because I tell people to read the Bible and don't memorize what it's saying. I think that's very wrong of people saying.
But you see what happens when you remember the Bible, read it, and memorize the Bible. You add words that are not even there, like you're doing right now, and
I'm not adding words.
You're convinced that what you just said is in that verse, and it's not there. But you say it means any book but the Bible.
No, it's talking about it's referring to other books outside the Bible.
But how do you know that? It doesn't say that. How do you know that, though?
Go back and read it, and you'll see what I'm talking about, Jess. And I also want to add.
But it doesn't say much study makes your soul weary, except the Bible.
That is warning about many books outside of the Bible.
But don't you understand, Jackson, that you are putting that in yourself? It's not there.
I'm not saying that. That's exactly what it means.
I want you to find that and read it over and see that it doesn't say any book but the Bible.
I can read it right now for you if you don't mind.
Do you have it right in front of you?
Yes, I have it right now.
Okay, you have Ecclesiastes 12:12?
Yeah, it says further by these my son be admonished of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh, and and it's not talking about the Bible.
It
It's
didn't
talking
say
about
it wasn't talking about the Bible. How you know it's not talking about the Bible?
because the Bible is the word is the word of God.
But it
which
didn't
is the
say
Spirit.
what you just said. It said, though. I'm trying to get you to see that you've added to the Bible. It didn't say what you just said, what you just read.
Okay.
It's
Did you
talking
read-
about
okay.
much study. Is that, you know what I'm saying? But you said, it said, but the Bible, but you don't see that you didn't read that just now in the Bible. That your mind got you so messed up
Did you
from
read
all the.
Jesse, did you read the part where it said, of making many books, there is no end? Of making many books, meaning it's talking about books that are created after the Bible. That's what it's referring
It doesn't
to.
say that, no. How do you know that?
Because I know for sure that the Bible is a book of life. It's a book of instruction.
Is the Bible a book?
Yes, it's a book.
And so, do other people write Bibles?
Pretty much so.
And have many Bibles been written down through the years?
Yeah.
It's-
Remember, whether or not a book is not titled with the Bible, but based on people's.
How old are you, Jackson?
I'm 25.
Oh, okay. And so there have been many Bible written over the years, right?
Yeah, there's been many.
And have the
And
Bible been changed over the years?
Is not changed. I mean, it's been a little off interpretation, but it's still within the circle.
How do you
But
know?
what I'm saying, basically what I'm
How do you know?
Put it this way, right?
How do you
How do I
know
know what?
that it's still in the same realm of the first Bible that was written? Since it's been rewritten and rewritten and rewritten so many times over the years based on the generations and everything, the culture, how do you know it's in the same... How do you know it's in the same area as the first Bible that was written?
Well, you know what though, with that question, that's why I would rather read the King James version because it's the closest.
No,
to
but
the,
it's been rewritten
translation.
too, over and over
No,
again.
but it's the closest to the actual.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
How do I know that? Because you learn it, you study.
How do you know it's
what I'm saying?
closer to the very first Bible?
How do I know?
No, how do you know?
Because it touches your. Because when you read it, it touches your soul. It touches your spirit, and you connect with it.
No, that's not true.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong for
So
that?
that's how you know the King James Bible. It's just closer to the very first Bible because it touches your
Yes.
soul.
Well, because it makes a lot of sense to me.
Amazing.
It makes perfect sense.
So let me ask:
And
do
yeah.
you know that over the years a lot of the Bible has been left out?
Okay, a lot of Bible been left out. True. But
Over the
however,
years, they have left certain parts of the Bible out as it's been rewritten generation after generation. Does that concern you?
It doesn't concern me because I know.
Why
that
wouldn't
God
that concern you that somebody decided to leave portions of the Bible out, and why did they do it, and what did they leave out? Why wouldn't that concern you?
Well, in that case, if you're thinking that way, that means you're going to go off your own knowledge.
No, I said, why wouldn't you be
that's wrong.
concerned? That's about your knowledge. Why wouldn't you be concerned that a large portion of the Bible was left out of today's Bible? Why doesn't that concern you?
Because the portion that we have, the so-called portion we have, I believe it impact a lot. It impact very much.
Why do you believe that?
You see what I'm saying?
No. Why do you believe that?
I believe that because when you study it, because remember the Bible is to me it's a book of it's a history book. Of course, it has prophecy written in it. You know that happened or that's going to happen eventually.
Who
But it
taught
hasn't
you all
happened
that?
yet. Who taught me all that?
Yeah.
Well, by reading the Bible.
No. Who
it
did
teaches
you
me
hear that from first? Who taught you that from the Bible?
Well, growing up, I always taught to learn to read the Bible because.
And who
it's one of
taught
the-
you to
it's one-
read the Bible? Who told you and taught you to read the Bible?
Well, it started off with my parents.
Both of your parents?
Yes, my mom and my dad. Yeah.
So your father, your mother taught you to read the Bible?
Yes.
Was it
Is
just
that
your
wrong?
mother, or was it both?
It started off with my father first, and then
And your
my
father a
mom
preacher or something?
No, my
And-
father not a preacher.
And
My
so
father, my father is a mason.
it's a what?
He a mason.
He's a lady?
I don't know. He a mason.
Oh, a mason.
But that's
a mason.
yeah. But
And
that's,
so
but
your
that's not
father taught you to read the Bible?
Yes. But
And
what
so-
I'm saying,
and
Jesse,
so,
can I say one thing though?
Who taught you that a large portion of the Bible was not left out?
Well, I learned that the Bible been tampered. They've been trying to tamper it, and that's another evidence that shows you that the Bible is a true book. Because if it wasn't a true book, people wouldn't mess with it. Try to confuse everyone.
So then, how do you,
tamper it.
if what you just said is true, how do you explain school books today? They've changed them to read about homosexuality is normal, having sex before marriage is normal. They tamper with those books. Why did they do that?
Well, guess what? You just
Why did they do that?
just made that's exactly the point of Ecclesiastes right there. What you just said. Be careful of one of those main books. So
They
that's
tamper
exactly
with
my
the
point right
Bible
there.
and they tamper with secular books too.
Okay, Jesse.
And
so
why
that's
do you
the-
think
that's
they
the-
tamper with secular books?
Well, they tamper with books so they can confuse everyone, so they can keep everyone away from God.
And why do you think they tamper with the Bible?
No, I said they try to tamper with the Bible.
No, they
Instead,
didn't try.
can't.
They tamper with the Bible. Why do you think? You just gave an explanation of why they tamper with secular books. Why do they tamper with the Bible?
I say they try to tamper with the Bible.
No, they
but
tamper
but-
with it.
but-
They didn't try. They did it, and they are doing it.
No, they tried, Jesse, and I'm gonna let you know right
How
now.
do you know? When you say they try, are you saying they didn't succeed?
They didn't succeed. They think they succeed. Of course, they're gonna have folks like you, with all due respect, that's gonna join that whole circle and cause people to not study the Bible and then write your own book and write your own version of explanation, which try to carry people out from God's light because of
You're wrong about that.
statistical
How do
purpose.
you know? How do you know what you read in the Bible is true?
Because I trust in the Word of God. I believe the Bible is the Word of God. That's why.
And why do you
know what
believe
I
the
mean?
Bible is the Word of God?
Because when you read the Bible first of all, if you read the Bible as a non-religious way, if you read it as a history and try and connect with the history that's in it and then with the prophecy, you will see yourself in it. You will see yourself connect to it.
How do you know the
More.
Bible is the Word of God?
Because when I read it and I study, certain prophecy that haven't happened yet or that's soon to happen, that's when I realize that the Bible is true. As far as like warning about people like yourself, egotistical folks that think that they can lead God's people with
Do you
their own
still
words.
sin?
Do I still sin?
No. Do you still sin?
Not that I know of. I try not to.
Do you sin?
I don't know. That only God can answer that question.
Do you sin?
I think I don't, but I could be wrong.
Do you
It's
sin?
not, do I sin?
No. Do you sin?
Maybe I don't. I don't know. Maybe not. I can't
Do you
answer that.
sin?
I keep repeating the question. Come on, man. I answer you. That's your trip, man.
Do you sin?
I don't know how to answer that question, man.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I don't. Okay, I'm not homosexual. I don't kill. I don't steal. So I don't commit those big sins. If you would consider those as big sins, yeah, I don't do those.
Do you sin?
Okay. man. Do you sin?
You haven't answered my question yet.
Oh. Okay. Yes, I sin. Yeah. I sin.
And are you a Christian?
Yeah, I could consider myself a Christian, but not in the sense of the world definitions.
Are you a Christian?
Golly, man.
Golly. I haven't heard that in a long time. That is so country. Golly, man.
Man, hey, I'm from Florida, man. You gotta understand, I am country. But
Yeah, you
got a
country.
problem with country folks?
I'm sorry?
Well, you got a problem with country people now?
I am country. I'm from Alabama.
Okay.
So, are you a Christian?
Yeah, I'm a Christian, Jesse. Forget,
So-
I'm a Christian.
So
Yeah.
you are a Christian that sins, but you know the Bible.
What do you mean? We not perfect.
So you are a Christian that sins, but you know the Bible.
Okay. I know it, and I have to memorize and try to walk and talk it, but it's not as easy for especially living in a society that is so, devilish and
So you are a Christian that sins, but you know the Bible. Yes?
You keep repeating the question.
Is that
man.
right or
What's going
not?
on?
Is that right?
I fall short.
You are a Christian who
Yes.
sins, and you know the Bible, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Jackson. I
And
appreciate
what?
you, man. Call me again. Amazing. Amazing. Just amazing to me. Really. It's just so amazing. They can quote the Bible, but they still sin. And they feel justified in the sin. All right.
And that's the thing. Just a quick comment on the last call. Can I
Yeah.
make it? Is that it's so crazy because they see, it's like people just trust in the Bible.
Yeah.
And without seeing it for themselves first, but because they believe the Bible to be so true,
Yeah.
they just trust in it, and they have that blind trust, and they just believe whatever it says, without seeing it for themselves. So then they're just quoting it.
And when you ask them, do they sin? They know they should not be
Right,
sinning.
right.
And they hear them and
It's like
do you
it's-
sin?
right,
Well, I didn't
right.
walk up and down the road. Do you sin? I went on the airplane. Do you sin?
It's hard
Or
for
they
them to
look.
admit it.
They look
Right.
up. It's amazing.
It's insane.
It is. But they've been deceived by the